Hello. Hi, everyone. I know we're such weird.
It's just awkward introing
I
anything.
know. It's like we just want to start. It's like these two dorks. Like,
And I feel like there's always like this weird YouTube delay within the first few seconds, anyways. So you just never know
yeah,
when
I
it's actually
know.
going to
Like
start. So
we
it's
kind of
just,
like sometimes I want to just make sure we're live, so I like check my channel, and then it's
Mhm.
like so delayed with us talking here and then YouTube, it's like 5 seconds later. I'm like, why is it so long? I mean, I know most live things now have delays on purpose, but
Yeah.
it's just annoying, but it's fine. We're here. So, um, I did put like a title. I don't know why it doesn't, it should be on the live stream though. So we are going to be doing a reading sprints, and if you guys don't know what that is, we did this on Allie's channel like 2 weeks ago, and basically we just tell you guys which books we're reading currently, and we set a timer for how long we want to read for. And if anyone wants to join when they're reading, just join in with us. And if you don't know what it is, and if you just pop in, you can just comment and we will just explain to you what we're doing. So I'm currently reading on my Kindle. I just finished like a few physical books, but now I'm doing like a full week of Romantasy. So, I'm
Ooh.
reading like all the super popular Romantasy books right now.
Yeah.
So the one I'm reading right now is called Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider, and it's incredibly fast paced. Like I started reading it again because I started it like a few days ago, and now I'm already like over 200 pages in, and I just started reading it again like last night. So, I'm almost 50% of the way through, and it's good, but like even though it reads really quickly, I feel like we're just getting more of what's going on, but with a romantasy, like I feel like I need to be swooning over the characters in order for me to like really like be like, "Oh my God, I'm like obsessed with their story and their romance." And so far, this is kind of reading like it's almost like very YA,
Mm.
but I thought this was gonna be it's kind of like a combo of Powerless and what's the other one? Kind of like Throne of Glass is what I'm getting from it. So, but I think it'll pick up more cuz like I only have 4 hours left in it, so it's pretty fast.
Okay. I am currently with just an audiobook. I've been getting
That's
some stuff
fine.
done. I still have like Halloween decor out. So it's like I'm trying to get all of that packed up so I can get ready for Christmas. So I'm going to be listening to my book while I do that today. But I'm reading Katie.
Mhm.
I have never heard of it before. I never had before. A couple friends brought it up, and so we're buddy reading it. But this is my first Michael McDowell book, so it's a little bit older, and it kind of feels like one of the very first slasher books. Like that's kind of the
Mhm.
vibe you get, but it's it's interesting so far. I feel like I keep getting a little bored, so I think the
Mhm.
audiobook definitely helps, but there is times where I'm just like, "Oh, I gotta pay attention."
Yeah.
Start
That's
like
kind of how I'm feeling too. It's like all of a sudden, like something happens, and I'm like, oh my God, like as soon as I was gonna get a little bored, it's like, whoa.
yeah.
Which is kind of fun sometimes because you feel like you're just on a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
But like with it, that's not like a 5 star though. If it starts lulling, then it's
Mhm.
like it's not just there for me, but we'll see as it goes
Yeah.
on. So we
Yeah.
are going to
I don't
start.
have, like, the cover or anything, but that's why I put the little hammer next to the
Oh,
name
I didn't even
because
show you.
the cover has, like, a bloody hand holding a hammer, so
It's funny. You could just pull it up on Goodreads too. But I'll just show this one. But also this book I think is still indie published, so it doesn't even have an audiobook yet. So
Okay.
I think that's interesting. So this is what it looks like. It's the first book in the series. But it's like just as popular as Quicksilver, I feel like right now. So, and that book's like everywhere, and I still haven't read it yet, so I'm planning to read it by the end of this week. All right, so we're gonna start. I'm gonna add the timer,
All right.
and we will see you guys in 30 minutes. What the hell? What? What the hell is that? Why does it say that? What the fuck?
I'm not sure.
I'm so.
I feel like this is just a spam thing.
Why is it like. But how am I supposed to, I don't think that's. Hold on, let me check my channel, but. That makes no sense. Yeah, it's still live streaming. The hell? There's nothing on my notifications. I hate YouTube sometimes.
I think this is just a spam channel.
Should I just put them in a timeout or ban them?
Yeah, I would probably do one of those.
Okay.
Because I just went straight to like just a YouTube page. I think it's just a spam.
Yeah, that's bullshit. And also because it has the double logo.
Yeah.
Like whenever I don't have moderators, it's like, this is why I don't do lives on YouTube anymore. All right, let's just continue. Stupid. And there's another one. The hell?
Let's see. I think I might be one of your moderators, so I might be able to help too, like if it keeps popping up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do the same thing because that's bullshit. Because it shouldn't pop up again. So annoying. Okay. I don't know. That's so
The turn of
weird.
events.
It's still doing it.
Let me see if it.
Can you pause the timer?
Yeah.
I don't understand why, like, it keeps on making new accounts.
No, there they go again. You might
They're
have to
all
ban them.
bullshit. I did it. I did it like 3 times already. And
Oh,
I think it
okay. I
keeps
thought
on
maybe you
being.
just timed them out.
No, I keep on banning them, but I feel like they have multiple. It's probably a bot or multiple accounts because.
Mhm.
How do I restrict the chat?
No, there we go again.
I don't understand. I love how it's only on my channel. It's like every time. Like,
So weird.
I don't understand. Like, because I'm banning them, they shouldn't be able to keep on spamming. But also, like, I thought there was a way that you can restrict the chat to like
There
just your
should be.
subscribers. I don't know why I didn't do that before, but I thought you could do that.
I reported the channel too.
Okay.
You should be able to.
I know you can do it while you're still live because Debbie does it all the time. I just wasn't sure if you had to do it before, but usually this is so fucking annoying.
I wonder if you have to be like on your actual YouTube though, instead of
Guests,
like StreamYard.
it just says guests can stream this to their own destinations. Guests must authenticate, but that's only people that I add to the live stream. Well, I don't know. It seems to have stopped for now, but
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't remember how to. I don't know if it's like
I have no idea.
I don't
Maybe
know
they
if
stopped though. It doesn't seem like they've.
it's friggin' spam. Like, I don't know if this person's doing it, but I really don't remember how to restrict it. So annoying. Let me see. It just says to block the user. It doesn't say how you restrict the chat. All right, whatever. It stopped, so I guess we'll just continue until it happens again. Hopefully it won't.
Yeah. I think it'll
Okay.
be fine.
So
Back to peaceful
annoying.
reading.
Okay. Yes. What? I told you I wasn't keeping them. Because I don't have the pictures up anymore. Ooh. Mm. Okay.
Hello.
So, how'd it go?
Good. Something big just happened.
Ooh, yay. Like,
Yeah, I have like I think about 40-ish minutes left of my audiobook and then I'm done.
oh, nice.
That's exciting. It
Was
doesn't
it?
really read very like although there's slasher and horror bits to it,
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, it almost like this is so weird, but it kind of reminds me of the writing style of like Little Women.
Like more classic?
Yeah, so it's like almost like reading about like Little Women because of the main character we follow and her life,
Mm-hmm.
but with also like somebody coming after her and like slashing people on the way.
Like Little Women, the horror story. So,
Yeah.
if it was a horror film,
Oh man.
that's funny. Like, if you put like a modern twist on it,
Yeah.
that's funny. But was it like a good twist or?
It's not really like a twist, just like a pivoting moment, I guess, in the
Mm-hmm.
book that I was like waiting to happen. And it's more of like a giddy one. Like it's like part of like the like not really romance because there's not a whole lot of romance throughout it, but I was wondering if it was gonna go in that direction or
Mm-hmm.
not. So it's just something within like the character, I guess, development.
Right. But you felt like it was predictable? Or
Um,
like, did it
I
go in the
honestly no,
direction you
but I
wanted?
think it might have been because I have it in my head that this is a slasher.
Mhm.
So that's not typically what you get from that.
Right.
But I'm excited to get it. I think it's good. I need something because it was kind of starting to like,
It's a little
yeah.
yeah. Well, how much did you, uh like, how many chapters? Because you have an audiobook, so
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know
can't
where I
say how many,
started.
pages.
I know. Um, honestly don't know where I started with this one, and these chapters are kind of weird, but I don't know, probably at least like 5.
Okay, so that's good.
They're not like super long
Like,
chapters. They're
yeah.
kind of yeah.
With, like, horror thrillers, really, the chapters aren't
I
half
mean, this
long.
book is I wonder I'm gonna look it up on Goodreads and see how many pages it is.
Mhm. So you probably like, with 40 minutes, you probably have a little under, like, maybe, like, 50 pages left. But, like, with me, I kept on getting distracted, but I think I still read, like, 30 pages, but I would have read a little more if that shit didn't happen, but, like, I think
Yeah.
I started on, like, 225, and then I got to page 255, so I think I read exactly 30 pages, and
Yeah.
some stuff happened, but it's still, like, kind of in the middle of the book where there's just, like they just arrived to, like, enemy land, but they kind of have, like, a agreement right now where they can stay, um, in, like, because they were, like, sailing in the water for, like, weeks because she had to leave her home to go, on a journey, obviously, and it just really reminds me of Throne of Glass, so I feel like it was very heavily influenced by it, but also, like, I compare everything to Sarah J. Maas at this point because
Yeah.
she's like my favorite. Still, I know she's extremely overrated, but she is for a reason. So, but like I've read good romances this year. Like one of them was like a 6 star for me, but like um I've just been wanting to like read the really popular ones, but like it's still good. I've heard this has like a jaw-dropping ending, so I just want to get to the end, honestly. But
Yeah.
it's still like reading pretty fast. I only have 3 hours and 40 minutes left already, which is crazy. I thought it would take me a lot longer.
Yeah. You said it was a series?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the first book. The second book hasn't even been announced yet. I don't
Maybe
know
it's
when
like
that's
one
gonna
of those
happen.
that's like the ending will like pull you more in to like want you to, finish out the series, and it'll get better from there.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna continue it because it's like good enough for me to do that. There's some series that
Yeah.
I haven't done that with, like um the new Inheritance Games book came out. Um, but it's just like a collection of short stories. And I read like the spin-off book that came out in July, and that was called The Grandest Game, and that book was terrible. But I love like the Inheritance Games series, so it's like that is a continuation of the Inheritance Games, but I don't know if I want to spend the money even on Kindle to read it because it's not like with Cruel Prince, there's like 6 books, but there's like one book that's like a collection of short stories. But I thought that series was just so good that like I had to read that. And
Mhm.
it added more to like the characters reading that because it gives you like more background on like one of the main characters. But like with this, I don't know if I'm gonna continue it. I'm still debating. And then
Yeah.
there's like a new release coming out tomorrow. That's why I decided to do Romantasy for like the last 2 weeks of the month because the new Serpents of the Wings of Night book comes out tomorrow. So, and that I think you would actually really like that because it's kind of more, it's a bit darker than most Romantasy like popular reads because it's vampires.
Okay.
So, but it's really interesting. Like the magic system and stuff is really interesting in
Hmm.
that book. So. I think you would might enjoy that more than like, ACOTAR and I know you
Yeah.
liked Fourth Wing though, so and
Yeah.
that comes out in January, so I can't believe it's already almost here.
I know. I kind of feel like I might reread them,
I was
but I'm
going
also
to
kind of
too.
scared too because with how I've been this year, I'm afraid I'm going to reread them and then my ratings are going to go down.
I know, like I think I'm still gonna enjoy the first book, and also like I don't know if I could relive the ending of it again. Like, the last like 50 pages just like make you cry. And it's like, how am I gonna replicate that feeling again? Like it's just like different when you read it for the first time, but like I've also been trying to re-listen to the books that I want to reread to like catch up, like Lightlark.
Hmm.
So I just finished the new one like 2 days ago, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna re-listen to Lightlark and Nightbeam because I really wanted to refresh my memory." And I only got like halfway through Lightlark, and then I was like, "I'm just gonna read Skyshade anyway," because I just watched like a quick recap, and then I
Hmm.
was like, "Okay, I'm good." And then like I was gonna re-listen to Serpents of the Wings of Night and Ashes of the Star-Cursed King before this book came out tomorrow, but it's not really necessary because they take place in the same worlds, but they're like interconnected duologies. So
Okay.
like you don't have to necessarily reread that because it's different characters. So why is he barking? I don't know if you hear him.
Oh no, I can't.
It's like the laptop's so good about like filtering out the sound sometimes, so but it's just so
I was
funny.
just checking my end because I was like, my washer and dryer are kind of loud, so hopefully you can't hear that.
But you might be able to finish yours, like,
I
soon,
know.
so
I
that's
was gonna
good.
say, I looked it up on Goodreads, and this book is only 295 pages. Yet I'm on chapter 44. So like,
That's
there's a
out of
lot of chapters, and they're pretty short.
yeah, it's like a Freida McFadden book. It's like 50, 60 chapters, and you can finish it in, like, 5 hours.
But this one has definitely not been one that I could finish in 5 hours. Which I started
Oh,
it,
okay.
and then I set it down, and then I read other books. So it's kind of like one of those. I keep bouncing back and forth. So I was like, today during sprints, I'm gonna get this book done as much as I can.
Yeah, I do that with audiobooks too, though. Like, I'll just read, like, something on my Kindle or read something on like, physically, and I'll listen to
Mhm.
it, like, a completely different audiobook sometimes, so I think my next one is gonna be Listen for the Lie because it's actually free on YouTube, so
Oh, cool. I didn't know
And
that it was on YouTube.
yeah. Well, it's not, an official Audible
Yeah,
channel, but it's the Audible audiobook. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'll just listen to it there. And it's like
I
one of
haven't
the
looked
biggest
at that
thrillers
one.
this year. Hmm.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get to that one. I've heard the audiobook is really good because it's
Yeah.
like there's I think it's a podcast within the
Yeah.
audiobook. So apparently or the book. So apparently the audiobook makes it sound like an audio or like podcast
Yeah.
production. So I think it'll be pretty good.
That's why everybody's like, you have to listen to the audiobook. So
Yeah.
I think that'll be perfect. And then I just got the audiobook of the third Crowns of Nexia, so I can just but I didn't know that you could do this. I didn't know you could return your credits and just redeem it for another one. Like I
Hmm.
thought you could do that if you hadn't like completed the book yet, like kind of like on Kindle where like but you don't purchase the credits, you just like redeem them. So like with Kindle, obviously Kindle Unlimited is free and you can return that whenever you want, but like with purchased books on Kindle, you can't return them after like 75% of it. But
Mhm.
like with Audible, I was like, "Oh, I'm stuck with, not being able to redeem another credit cuz like you only get one credit a month." So it's like I have to make like a a
Yeah.
decision of which book I really want to listen to. And then I was like, "Oh, I can just return it and redeem it for another one in the same month." So it's kinda, like, similar to Kindle Unlimited, but obviously with Kindle, you can rent, like, 10 books at a time, so
I didn't know that about Audible. I'm gonna have to look into that.
I, like, looked at it last night, and it says you can return anything that you haven't purchased, or I think it might just have to be within that same month, I'm not really sure, but
Hmm.
I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, "Yay, then I can listen to 2 free audiobooks this month."
Yeah. I definitely recommend Everend. It used to be Scribd,
Mhm.
but it's an app. And it's like I want to say it's a little bit cheaper than Audible, and you get to listen through their books. I think that there is a limit at a certain extent, but there's some months where I've used used them for like maybe 8 books, 9 books, and haven't had like any or that's I think the limit that I've reached where like some of the more popular ones all of a sudden are not available and you have to wait till your following month. But
Right.
it's pretty interesting
Wow,
and they
that's a
have like, a
lot.
lot of really popular books. Yeah.
That's kinda
So I
similar
know
to,
some
like
people don't like it because it's limiting, but at the same time, I feel like that's a lot, especially for the price. I want to say it's like 11.99 or something like that.
it's kinda similar to Kindle then,
Mhm.
because
But
like
it just they always blow me away with, like, what all is available, and then I, of
yeah.
course, use, like, Hoopla and, Libby and stuff like that from the library, so that's
Yeah, I've
always
been
helpful.
wanting to get into Hoopla too, because I know everybody talks about it, but,
Mhm.
um
It's nice. It's not like Libby, you don't have to wait in line, you can just
mhm.
borrow it right away, and you get 5 titles a month,
Oh, that's pretty
so
good too. But, like, since I
mhm.
have Kindle Unlimited, Kindle has so many titles
Yeah,
available that it's, like it's kinda crazy with, like, some of the really popular books are on Kindle Unlimited.
yeah.
And then, like, Audible just comes with it, so it's not like a huge deal, but, like and I don't listen to enough audiobooks a month. I might listen to, like, 2 because I'm
Yeah.
reading, like, a lot more physically,
Mhm.
but I probably
I
will
will
check out
say
Everend.
yeah, I will say Everend and, Hoopla both, they have ebooks too. So you
Okay.
can use, well, I guess like a title or credit from Hoopla for that. And then Everend, I think it's the same thing. I'm sure after a certain amount, they cut you off kind of for the month, but I think you're still able
Oh,
to
pretty
go
good.
through and browse their other selections too. So I don't think you're like completely cut off. It's just the more popular ones might not be available after you've reached a limit. But
That's still worth it.
yeah, I think so.
That sounds great. But, yeah, I guess we will continue and
Yeah.
probably do one more.
I might speed my book up just a little bit just to see if I can get it done.
Right?
this
Oh my god,
time.
I gotta finish it before the
Yeah.
30 minutes are over. If you want to set it to longer to finish it, you can. It's up to you.
Okay. I'll see how it goes, see if I can manage it.
Let's see
It
where
seems
you're
like
at when it's over.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Say it at the same time. All right. Happy reading. Ew. Yes. Yes. I'm not doing that right now. Why are you yelling at me about it? I can't hear you when I'm in my room. I'm doing something. Why do you do that?
Hello.
Hi.
I made it through like 7 chapters. I still have about 10 minutes, so not too bad.
Okay. Do you want to finish it?
Oh, I don't care either way.
Yeah, let's just do another 10 minutes so you can finish it
Okay. You may
because
do a timer.
I kind of got interrupted again, so like
All right.
nonstop interruptions, especially when my mom is home, so it's all right. I still got through like another 30 pages, so yeah, that's fine. All
All
right, see
right.
you in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
I finished.
Yay! Someone finished a book. Woohoo.
Yeah, I feel like my thoughts are kind of the same. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't, I don't know. It didn't really give me like full slasher, the horror
Feels.
I'm wanting right now.
It wasn't bloody and slashery enough for you.
There was moments.
Do you have to sit on it, or do you know what you're rating
I
it?
don't know. I would probably give it, it's a 3 or a 4, but I can't decide which yet. I feel like I do have to simmer a bit.
Yeah. Still enjoyable though, so
Yeah. I
did
think
everything come true?
yeah, and I think that's the part too where it's like it feels so much like a cozy classic
Mm-hmm.
that is enjoyable, but I feel like with what I feel like the author was trying to do at the same time, I don't know how much I liked it. Like I don't know if I like those two like melding together or not
Mm-hmm.
because I'm kind of like a oh sorry. I'm kind
It's
of like
okay.
a cutthroat. Um
How dare your phone go off?
yeah. I try to usually put on do not disturb whenever we start talking, but I forgot.
It's like
Um
I don't know why people apologize so much. I'm like, people have lives. It's okay.
yeah,
Oh no.
that's the people pleaser that's like
You have to
ingrained in me.
interrupt our spammer.
Yeah. Oh
One
man.
person watching. Oh my God. But like, can you tell us like what the book was about since you finished it? Like a brief synopsis, or tell me.
Yeah. Yeah, a brief synopsis of it would be I feel like I need to like hold it, but I don't have a physical
Oh
copy.
no.
A brief
Just hold it up on
synopsis.
Goodreads.
Yeah. Um, so this follows this girl through her life, and she kind of had like a tragic backstory. I kind of got lost a little bit in that. I don't
Mhm.
know how really she is at one location and then it's like she has to sneak to this location to meet her grandfather because he
Mhm.
sent her a letter and she starts staying with him but she has to pretend to kind of be like the new like housemaid because
Okay.
his caretakers which is I think like her extended family
Mhm.
don't or can't know that it's her because she is there probably to like get the inheritance or whatever and the grandfather is scared for her life but upon realizing it's her it's like then kind of like a cat and mouse thing where this aunt and cousin the cousin is Katie is
Uh-huh.
now after her and is
Okay.
trying to find her and on the way they're trying to make their money and find her so it's almost like this is a weird comparison, but Sweeney Todd,
Mhm.
how they're just like a bunch of marketplace people who are selling you stuff that's not actual legit things.
Mhm.
It felt like that, but she's like a fortune teller, but she's kind of like drawing people in, or kind of like Sweeney Todd, drawing people in and killing them. So those bits were super entertaining, but then you would like go back to the other girl who I wanna say her name was it wasn't Viola, but it was something different that I was like, "I don't know if I've heard this name before." And
Uh-huh.
we follow her and her life now without the inheritance and trying to make it and it's kind of like this, like, sweet, sappy story of her life and, like, the people she's meeting, and that's
Why
why
is
I
she
was like,
killing
it's like
people?
well, no, not her, it's her cousin that's
Oh,
killing
okay.
people. So the cousin and aunt and that family are like killing people and trying to make like a living to find this other girl who's just trying to live her life.
Okay. So they're killing people to try and find her, but to make money.
Yeah, pretty
So that
much.
is very Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
So it's like the housemaid meets Sweeney Todd.
It's very confusing to describe because I feel like there's a lot of characters, but like part of the story is this family that's like swindling people and killing them. So that's kind of like the slasher bits.
Hmm.
And then the poor cousin who has lost like her family and her inheritance and everything is like getting back on her feet and like meeting people and starting a career. So it's kind of like cozy. And I was telling you,
Uh-huh.
it's like classic, like Little Women's, but then you have these people over here like Sweeney Todd.
Like a lot of combos mixed together, but was it before Sweeney Todd or after?
I'm not really sure. When was Sweeney Todd actually a thing? Like,
I'm not sure. I know Little Women is obviously way older, right? And then
yeah.
like is Little Women before Sweeney Todd? Yes, I think it is. Because
On
like they're both
Goodreads, it says this book is 1982.
okay, so it's like 80s slasher.
Yeah, but it definitely doesn't read 80s slasher. It definitely is he went way back.
Who is messaging me? Hold on. What? Okay. Probably, but sorry. I'm meeting friends later. But let me. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, overall, I think it was entertaining.
it's good. I mean, like, did it have like, was it more horror or was it like,
I feel
was
like a
it
little bit of a mix, but definitely more just like I don't know, just kind of like a cozy cat and mouse chase type book.
horror is
It's
cozy?
just different. I don't think I've ever read this type of subgenre.
That's interesting. It's like cozy mystery or like cozy
Mhm.
fantasy. It's like cozy horror now. So-
Yeah. Cozy horror,
but
yeah.
how can horror be cozy?
I will say though, like the graphic scenes, like they were still detailed and gory and gruesome, but
In a cozy way.
this girl just
I
kept getting mad because her parents are like, "You have to stop killing people with your hammer because it's leaving indentions and they're gonna start putting it to pieces together. Like we could just like throw the body in like water and let it sink, and people will just think it drowned."
right.
You know? She's like, "No, give me my hammer."
She's obsessed with that hammer then. I guess it's a comfort for her. Like they,
God.
all killers have their weapon of choice, so
Yeah.
they have their way of killing. So, but did she have a reason to do like to for the each killing and did
No, I
she
think she was just very greedy, wanted their money, and also borderline very psycho.
okay. So she's
Not
the
really
psycho.
borderline, just full psycho, yeah.
Okay. So as long as she's insane, that's her reason for killing people. So it makes sense. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you enjoyed it though. That's all that
Yeah,
matters.
yeah.
Um, I got like I think I'm six exactly 60% of the way through. That's where I wanted to get to anyway today. Again, not much is progressing right now, but I think a lot of the action is I mean like there's been some parts where there's been action, but like I feel like, again, this book is a little overhyped because people are like, "Oh my God, it's like nonstop action and romance and blah blah blah." And I'm like I feel like all of a sudden, like, I mean, I feel like it is an enemies to lovers kind of thing but she also, it kind of reminds me of the love triangle that's in Fourth Wing now, to be honest. Because, like,
Mhm.
you think that she's going to be in love and continue, like, being with her best friend, like her childhood best friend, like in Fourth Wing, where she was supposed to be with Damien. What's his name? Dane? Dane.
Dane,
Right?
yeah.
You remember, right?
Yeah.
So, and then you find out he's an enemy, but like he still has feelings for Violet. And then like she ends up being with Xavier. So, but like it's not like where she's closer to this character, like she doesn't think she can trust him, but now she's like gaining his trust, and you know everything that she knew like is
Hmm.
obviously like bullshit because like people have been lying to her, and like it's like, oh, you're really a princess, so like
Yeah.
and your mom is still alive, hey, just you know you're not an orphan, so it's like those like kind of cliched tropes that are in most romantices.
Yeah.
So, but also she now says that she's obsessed with Acker, and I was like, where did this obsession come from? Like, I know you spent like a couple weeks on the boat together, so you had like forced proximity, but now it's like, oh, I'm like swooning over him, you know, fuck, you know, the other dude now because she finds out that he's been lying to her, like his name is Kai, which is so funny because Kai is the same character's name in Powerless. That's like the main
Mhm.
male character. So I'm like, was this written before Powerless? I mean, it wasn't written before Powerless, but it came out like a couple months after Powerless did. So, or actually, Powerless came out last year, but I didn't read it until this year. But that series is kind of going downhill, so I don't know about that. But like I've been reading like a lot of first books in series lately. Like I haven't
Mhm.
been able to like fully commit to longer series, and
Yeah.
but like I do have like a couple of trilogies that I want to read before the year is over, but then I feel like there's so much pressure, but I don't want to push them off anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's going. It's again still fast paced. I think I have like 3 hours left now, so at least it's bingeable.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I like about certain books. I mean, even though again, I feel like not much is happening. I feel like enough is happening where it's like just going. So I
Yeah.
hate when there's like too many lulls and something and it just ends up being like really boring.
Yeah.
But they've called her Metal Slinger 3 times now. So I'm like, oh, of course the title comes
Yeah.
into the chapter at this point. But
Oh man. I just think that's always like sometimes I feel like they can achieve it well putting the title in the book. But other times I'm just like it's cringe.
But I like how they did it, but like, yeah, sometimes it's just like so obvious. But I kind of like what Frida McFadden does, where she kind of like breaks the fourth wall and then is kind of just like directly addressing the reader. And again, it
Mhm.
like depending on how many books you've read from her, and her
Yeah.
books are ridiculous, but like at this point, I've kind of expected it. But I feel like some people just take her books like too seriously. And I was like, I feel like the more you read from her, the more you're going to make fun of her books because she's making fun of her characters pretty much. But
Yeah.
like some people are getting frustrated at this point and they're like, girl, can you write a female character that's not so fucking stupid? Because like they kind of make all the classic like thriller mistakes where it's like you know like those videos on Reels, it's just so fucking on like TikTok where they say like how people are in a horror movie,
Yeah.
and they're so funny. Oh my God. Like they're ah, you know, like so they kind of act like too damsel in distress in like her books that people get like frustrated, but I just think it's funny.
Yeah. I still have only read one of hers, but I'm sure my friend will convince me at some point to read more.
I've read almost 10 of her books at this point, which is
Oh,
crazy,
wow.
but her books are just so easy to, like I said, binge and finish so fast. But at this point, I'm like, I do want, because they're entertaining still, but like at the same time, I kind of want to get into like some other thriller books like Listen for the Lie, and I want to read The Silent Patient.
Yeah. I've heard very mixed things about that. Some people I know love that, and other people are like, I don't get the hype. But I still have not read that one.
I don't know. I mean, most of these are free again on Kindle, but Listen for the Lie
Yeah.
is been really hyped this year, so kind of want to get
Mhm.
to it. But there's like some thriller books I want to read, but at the same time, like I went through like a thriller rut for or a thriller slump for so long that I like didn't know who I
Yeah.
wanted to read. And then I again just always end up going back to Frida McFadden, but I'm like, I know there's other authors out there. So yeah, I'm glad you finished a book. That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel accomplished today now.
You're like, I completed my goal for today.
Yeah.
And that's it. Now I don't have to do anything. But I finished a book yesterday, so it's great. So I think we'll end it here. I'm glad that we did this for a while. I didn't think you would last this long.
It's not bad. It's at least like nice, like being able to fit some time in the day to talk books and read together.
Yeah, that's always like the best because like reality sucks right now, or it's gonna
Yeah.
suck soon. So
Yeah.
happy holidays, guys.
Oh man.
I can't believe that. Like, is that I can't believe Thanksgiving is literally next week already. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then it's
Oh,
like,
it's
oh my God, I
wild.
haven't read all the books I want to read yet.
Yeah.
It's always like the
Here's our
last two
Christmas
weeks.
shopping.
It's like when the month starts, it's like, oh my God, I have so much time. And then it's like, oh shit, there's only 2 weeks left in the month. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, what? I'm not even able to get to all the books that I wanted to read, but I'm getting to like most of the ones I really wanted to. So, but
Yeah.
it's just like I've actually stuck to my TBR this whole month
That's good.
goals, right? For me, it's like literally, and when I stare at my shelf, I'm like, you know, the only person that cares about this is me.
I get that though. I'm the same way. I'm very particular about like what books I need to get done, and it feels so just good whenever you're like ticking them off and
Exactly. It's just like such a mental high for you that it's like,
Mhm.
who cares what everybody else thinks? Like, as long as you get to the ones that, but then like the ones that are unread are just staring at me, and I'm just like, read me, read me.
Yeah.
And it's like, but my Kindle is just so easy. But I've been utilizing it a lot more. I'm gonna ask my mom for a color soft for Christmas, so super
Oh yeah.
excited for that. Even though I've only been using this one for like less than a year, but I didn't even pay for it, so it's not a huge deal. So yeah, whenever you wanna, I guess we're done, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, now we're it's like so weird when we're saying hello and goodbye, but
Yeah.
I think this was a
That could be awkward.
successful reading session.
Yeah.
Holly finished a book, so what more could you want? But it's always satisfying. But yeah, I do like doing these, and I kind of wanted to fit in one before Thanksgiving because I know I was not going to have time then.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime, just let me know.
It's just so much easier, and like I feel like since I've been reading more, my interest in makeup has kind of like I'm still love it, but like I haven't bought a new eyeshadow palette in like maybe 3 months at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it is weird, but I also have found like a newfound love for my makeup collection, and I'm actually like using more like loved products and not so, worried
Right.
about like new ones. Cause that's why I was telling you for a while. I just got to a point where I would even buy a new palette and then it just sits there for months
Yeah.
because I'm using, the things that I just absolutely love. And,
I
I go back
find
and
that I'm
forth and then,
actually using my collection and I'm using my eyeshadow palettes, and it's like it feels good when like you don't constantly I mean like I'm just adding more books rather than eyeshadow
yeah,
palettes at this point. And it's like, oh fuck, now I gotta read those. But like it's like a different feeling. It's like and I feel like more YouTubers are switching to like even Angelica Nyquist is like switching to more books content because like it has more longevity. So,
Yeah.
but it's interesting because like I feel like we can still combine the two and like, but
Hmm.
I feel like every eyeshadow palette I've seen come out, I'm just like convinced myself that I don't need them. It's not like, oh my God, I need this like so badly. It's more so like I have like the ColourPop palettes I wanted this year, and I think I just bought I got the two Ensley Rain palettes and I use those constantly. So it's like I felt like I didn't really need to try another new brand besides Ensley Rain, and that was it.
Yeah. I know there's only some that I'm tempted by, and usually it's more of like a packaging or like the theme of it. And then I see like the actual eyeshadows and I'm like, oh, I already have that, or
It's so
it's
recycled,
underwhelming.
like the new Oden's Eye Christmas palettes. I'm like, I don't need them. I already have the two that they came out with the first time. And
Yeah.
it's like I'm so happy that I bought the Christmas Eve palette because I used that one a crap ton last year, even though I thought I wasn't going to. And then like I haven't even bought an eyeshadow palette from them this year. And like with ColourPop, again, I'll just only get the ones that like the collabs that I really want, or like if it's a Disney one or something. But other than that, like I'm just like I have it all. And also like sometimes the quality like goes down and then it's like you just want to like use the ones you really love.
Yeah.
So I find that I just don't really need them, or there's like some palettes in there I don't even touch because it's like they're just not as good as like some of my other brands, but at the same time it's like a it's just like more freeing, and it's just like you save a lot more money too. So you don't
Yeah.
have to buy
And I have like this
everything.
mentality now that I think it's like with reading books, where now I'm like really utilizing my products and like sticking with certain ones because I want to finish them and like lower my collection, because right now I'm so overwhelmed by it. Since we've moved, I'm still getting my office set up, and I've been going through all my makeup and trying to declutter,
Yeah.
and I've given some to like friends, and I just went through all of my lipsticks, which was a nightmare.
Oh my God. Yeah, I
Declutter
keep on putting
so
it
many
off.
of them.
I mean, I did dump like one bag like a couple months ago, and I'm always like saving the bags to like do a video on them. And then I'm just like, fuck it. Like, I just want to get rid of it. So it's like, and it just feels so good. But like, that's the thing is like, I feel like the biggest waste of money is lip products because it's like you buy like so many and then it's like, great, now they all went bad. But like, I also feel like I got my use out of them, but also it's like made, but even though I'm still gonna buy like I have like an obsession with hydrating lip products at this point, but it's like I'd rather buy those than buy like 5 liquid lipsticks that I'm barely gonna use anymore. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
like and I feel like as we get older, like our makeup style shifts into what we like, and like I barely even wear foundation anymore. Like I'll wear it if I'm working or if I'm going out with friends, but other than that, it's like even though I'll buy a new foundation anyway, but also like I realize what I can get rid of and what I'm gonna
Mhm.
use and what I'm not gonna use.
Yeah, I have so much foundation to get through, and every single time I put it on, I hate it. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting to a point now where I'm trying to use it for when I'm filming and like doing content and that type of ordeal versus like going out of the house. But it's always, for me, it's just either just more concealer than usual or a BB cream.
Yeah. Or like a tinted moisturizer or like a really
Mhm.
light coverage foundation for me.
Yeah.
Or just concealer because concealer is
And
just so much faster.
even like powder products now, I don't use them as much, and then I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's so wasteful because I have so much like powdered blush and powdered bronzer and stuff, and I just never reach for them
I
anymore.
have so
I'm gonna
many
try
like
to start
I think
more,
I'd
but
rather I think I use my bronzers more than like blushes and highlighters, and it's like I have so many blushes and highlights at this point,
Mhm.
but also like
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
I
like
don't even
using
use
them as much.
highlighter anymore.
I love highlighter. It's just like I end up using the same 10 ones because I know that they're going to be like reliable and they're going to show up and they're going to last for the whole time that
Yes.
I'm out. So it's like the Blend Bunny palettes that I have. I use those like 99% of the time. If I don't know what highlighter to use, I'll just use the Noctilucent palette because like I know it's always going to show up and I know it's always going to last.
Yeah. I think for me, I use like you were saying, like a tinted moisturizer, BB cream, and then I've been using for the past year, I've been using a darker shade concealer for like my contour bronzer. And then I do liquid or cream blush, and then a light, like very light setting press powder on top of that. And
Mm-hmm.
I still have so much glow to my face that like I don't even use a highlighter anymore. So I just feel
I
like
still
my
love
whole,
having it.
yeah, my whole drawer of highlighters, my whole drawer of blushes, powder blushes. I'm like, it's just sad.
It's crazy. And like I feel like it's like overflowing, Allie. Like I'll show you like what it looks like really quick. But literally like this is my blush drawer. Like can you even
Yeah,
see it?
that's
Yeah,
how
you
mine
can see it.
is. I have so much.
And then this is like my highlighting drawer. It's like it's just a mess.
Yeah.
Then it's like I don't even feel like cleaning it up.
Yeah,
And then
it's
it's like, what
rough.
do I, and then but it just makes it so hard to find things. But it's like, I'd much rather be organizing my books than organizing my makeup collection at this point.
I think I'm just being forced to right now with the move, but
Hmm.
it's felt
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
It's
you really
felt
do.
really good to declutter though.
I have
But
like,
my it's kind of all over the place now. I have like because my office is downstairs here. So like all my makeup's downstairs, but I get ready day to day usually up here. So I have like all of my lip products up here and then everything else downstairs. And then I just carry a makeup bag. And I'm going to try to get better about like just rotating products out of my makeup bag. And maybe the same with my palettes. Maybe just keep like a stack of like 5 up here to play with each week or something. I don't know.
hmm.
Figure out good ways to utilize my collection.
Yeah, because like, and then like, do you get ready upstairs or do you get ready in your office?
Usually upstairs. I feel like once I actually start using my office full time and I'm filming and stuff, I will be doing more down there, but for the most part, it's up here, so
Yeah, you just
I
need
guess
like your go-to products right now. And then like,
yeah.
once you organize, then, but also
Mhm.
like, even if I have the time or like if I have to put on a quick face, it's like I'll just use the things that I know I love. And it's like,
Mhm.
I'll go through like a concealer like so much faster now if I use it like every day. But like I'm like barely going through tinted moisturizers or foundations anymore. So
Yeah.
like I think I did use up the ColourPop Pretty Fresh one and I used up the Tower 28 one. So those were both like from last year though. But then I ended up repurchasing them because I love them so much. And like,
Yeah.
um, but I still have to go through like my foundations and get rid of ones. Like, but I don't have like that many that like it would take that
Mhm.
long. It's just like doing it. It's like, again, I'd rather just be reorganizing my books, which is so
Yeah.
bad. I'm like, oh yeah, I
Mhm.
have to do this, but I'm not doing it.
I will say some of my heavier foundations, not all of them work, but some of my heavier ones I've just tried like whenever I'm not going anywhere. I will mix them with my moisturizer or like a heavier moisturizer just to dull them down a little bit and they're pretty wearable then for me.
Yeah,
But
I need to
some of
do
them
that
don't mix
too.
well.
But also I just feel like my face I feel like my face is more combo now than dry because, my skincare just got so much better because before it was just very dry. But
Yeah.
now, since I'm so limited with the skincare I can use because I'm like allergic to like half of that stuff now. I think I told you
Yeah.
that.
I don't
So,
know.
yeah, like I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but my face blew up like a balloon like last year.
Oh man.
It was really, really bad. Like, I think Ole Hendrickson just changed a bunch of their ingredients in the vitamin C line, and I just couldn't use it anymore. But I tried to after it finally had went back to normal, because like my face got really bad for like a while, but like I didn't go to the urgent care about it. I was like, it'll probably just clear up. But I think it was because I was using expired Vaseline for a little while, but also it shouldn't have given me such a bad like rash. You even
Yeah.
using that. So it's like it just found out that it was the skincare I was using. So now I all I can use is drugstore brands.
Oh, wow.
Like I can't use any of the Ole Hendrickson or like the high-end stuff anymore, which is funny because like most of the drugstore stuff is for sensitive skin anyway.
Yeah. Have you ever
But
tried Good Molecules? You should
no.
try Good Molecules. I think that they're usually at like Ulta's. I want to say I think they were carried by Beautylish for a while, but they are one of the best skincare brands I have found. All
Yeah.
of their stuff is like ethically sourced, and it on the boxes they actually show you every ingredient and how much of that ingredient is in it. And it's all, I mean, to me, when I use it, it feels like I'm usually using like luxury high-end skincare, but it's
Hmm.
all like store price.
I'm sure it's great. Like I have a full list of the ingredients I can't use anymore because I had to
Yeah.
go to an allergist to get tested.
Yeah.
Um, but like the second time my face looked like Hitch. Like that's how bad it was. And
Oh,
it was like
rough.
it was so bad. Like my eyelids were like swollen over and like
Oh,
it was just horrible. So, they got it really down and it was so bad because it was like 2 days before my sister's wedding.
oh no.
And I didn't want to tell her and I was like, "Mom, what do I do?" And she's like, "You're gonna have to go back to the urgent care again." And I did, and they gave me a steroid and everything, and it went down again in like 24 hours. Just like the redness was there a little still, but like what's funny is that I could use all my makeup still. And my mom's like, "Are you sure it's not your makeup?" I'm like, "No, it's my skincare." So,
Man.
even my sister was like, "Do you think you should just stop wearing makeup for a little while?" And like I did for like a couple of those days, but just to get the redness down. And then once it went down, I was able to wear my makeup again.
Yeah, that's wild.
So, yeah. She was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" I was like, "I didn't want to tell you that my face blew up like a balloon 2 days before your wedding." She's like, "Well, I would have understood." And it's like, "Well, I still wanted to be in the pictures." That would
Man.
have been really bad. I would have been like, "What happened to your face?" So, yeah. But I just think we find a happier balance between like, makeup and reading now because I feel like it's just I'd much rather just be reading a good book than like waste the time of putting my makeup on when I don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go before we like, stay on for another hour. I need to start getting ready and I need to have a snack because I'm getting hungry, but
All
this
right.
was
Well, again,
great.
thanks for having me.
Of course. Make sure you check out Allie's channel and hopefully we'll be able to do another one probably in December, like at least before Christmas.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
sure.
Have a
See
great
you
day.
later. You
Bye.
too.